Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White 2. So as you can see, we are in the outside of Reversal Mountain. Now we will be entering the actual cave portion of the mountain, but not until we go to a location. Not until after we go through, let's just say, a spooky house, or in this game's case, a strange house. But anyways, everyone, anyways, everyone, with this third Drifloon, that means, we're done. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like I'm not gonna be getting my Skarmory or Numel right now. No, I tried. But anyways, now as to where this strange house is actually located, it's actually located right here. Yeah, now all you have to do is simply just to go right to past where that dark grass is. And now this is what the strange house looks like. Yeah, it may seem strange at first, cause and already you enter, you see that some things are very strange looking. It's because there's indeed a lot of furniture around here. And also, everyone now, and as you go through this house, now as you enter and then as you leave rooms, you will see some furniture that have been moved. See? Yeah, and as you can see already, some furniture that was not there before have been moved. Yeah, you may be questioning what the hell is going on around here. Yeah, that's something that you're gonna see. Yeah, as to the reason as to who is behind all of this furniture being moved. Yeah, that's something that we are obviously gonna get ourselves into as we actually I get to that. But anyways, everyone, now as you can also tell, now within the strange house, there are indeed like Pokemon that you can find here. Now, you can still find Golbats and Litwicks here, just like in Celestial Tower, and within Relic Passage, you can, and just like with Relic Passage, you can also find Eradicates here too. And also previously you could find Gothitez in Black 2 and Solonsis in White 2. But now here's where you can now start to get the evolved forms of those two Pokemon. That of course being Farida and Drosian. And then, with the addition, now we actually have ourselves a brand new Pokemon for us to get now, and that Pokemon that Pokemon is Banette. Now, if you recall, like during my prequel playthrough, you were like able to get a Shuppet during a swarm, but however within Black 2, the only way that you'll be able to get a Shuppet this time around is if you catch a Banette and breed it. Or you essentially have to trade a Shuppet from the prequels. Yeah. But anyways, and of course I am trying my best to see if I can actually get a Banette to show up. Oh, hello. Yep, and here is indeed our culprit. this girl just showed up out of nowhere. Yeah, now this girl right here is the main reason as to why why the furniture keeps on moving. And also get this, that girl, that girl that we just saw there, she is like actually the same ghost girl who actually showed up on the Marvelous Bridge within within the prequels. So yeah, there is actually, now we actually do have some actual mystery to that. And there is also another reason as to why she actually showed up at the Marvelous Bridge last time. Yeah, and that is something that we are honestly going to get into as soon as we enter the very last of as soon as we enter the very last room in this whole house. So yeah. But anyways, everyone, now as I am just gonna be exploring around here, making sure I get every item possible. Now, since I didn't exactly bring this up last time, the music that plays when you're at the outskirts of Revelation Mountain, yeah, I gotta say, yeah, that music is actually really good. Just like with Lentimus. Yeah, now, just like with Lentimus Town, the outskirts of Revelation Mountain also it also has some really good music for it too. Yeah, I really do like that. And then as for the music that's playing, as you are going for the strange house, yeah, it definitely obviously fits the tone of what this place is going for. Yeah, as it is trying to give off a really spooky vibe, you know? But anyways, everyone, now I think with that, I'm thinking that is all I have to say until we actually get to that last room. But anyways, now I face off against Lynette. Oh hey, now we finally get our first appearance of Drifloon. But as I said before, but as I said previously, the main reason as to why I refused to catch Drifloon this time is because there is indeed another place where you can try to get Drifloon. Yeah, and it is definitely a lot more tougher for you to get a Drifloon normally. Yeah, now without like trading or breeding. Yeah. But anyways, everyone. Now we are facing off against the Spoink now. Okay, so now as you saw, now as you've been seeing, now it doesn't matter which version that you're playing. Now you will get to see both Numel and Spoink. It's just that, of course, if you want to be able to obtain them, it's just that if you want to obtain both Pokemon, then you're gonna have to rely on either trading or transferring. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, no. And of course you would also have a Drifloon too. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now I think this should be the very last room. before we actually get ourselves to the actual very last room that we can actually go to. Now going for this house is actually very, very worth it. And it is not just because that you can get Goverita, Derosian, or even Bayonet. Yeah, now as this girl said, forget about the lunar wing. I wonder if we've heard of the lunar wing before. Yeah, I wonder. And now as we enter the very last room, yeah, there's an item clearly smack dab at the center. And it is indeed the item that was just mentioned, the lunar wing. And here she is for one last appearance. Oh, the lunar wing. I can't take it now. But it'll be okay. Please return the wing to the Pokemon. Gee, and I wonder which Pokemon that you're talking about, huh? I was waiting on the bridge so I could return it myself. Yeah, that right there. Yeah, the main reason as to why she was on the Marvelous Bridge before is because that she wanted to return that for her lunar wing. I'm to that Pokemon. So yeah, again, there is definitely a lot of there is definitely some there is a definitely deep history going on with that, huh? But however, in order for us to be able to get to the Marvelous Bridge, you're gonna have to wait until post-game. So yeah. So we obviously are not gonna see that Pokemon until we actually get to post-game. Yeah, but anyways, now that we are done with that, here we are indeed in Reversal Mountain, or should I say on the cave side portion of the mountain. Now, and I gotta say this right now, the cave portion of Reversal Mountain is actually different. It's different. Depending on the version. Depending on the version of the game that you're playing. As you'll see, since we are playing White 2, since we are indeed inside of a volcano, or more so, not so much a very active one. Now Reversal Mountain definitely looks like that we are indeed inside of a volcano. Whereas if you are playing a Black 2, from the cave portion of Reversal Mountain, well, actually looks like it's got more like a water. It's got more like water than fire around it, which I don't get why that is. Yeah, I get that it is because it is it is a mountain that is not exactly that very active, but still though, yeah, since we are essentially inside of a freaking volcano, you would think it would be more red, just like we are seeing now, but I guess not. But anyways, everyone, and I guess I should also say this as well. The structure of Reversal Mountain is also different. I'm sure, depending on the version that you're playing as well. So what you're gonna be seeing here in White White 2 is different. It's completely completely different from a bull lactose. And as you can also see as well, now as soon as you enter this portion, as soon as you enter this portion of the mountain, yeah, now we have indeed now we have a Bianca who's gonna be traveling with us for a while. But however, as soon as you enter the ending portion of them, when you get to the other side of when you get to the other side of the mountain, then that is when Bianca is gonna stop. Because she wants to do some more like investigating off the mountain. Definitely enjoy traveling with Bianca as best you can possibly can. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now as for the Pokemon that you can find within the cave portion of the mountain. Now, if you just happen to not to pick up either Scroopy, Spoink, or Numel, then you can still find them. Then you can still find them here too. And as well as Boldor and Woobat. But now this is the first cave within the game where you can try to pick up and like use your Excadrill. If you do not want to bother with Droper whatsoever, yeah. But anyways, everyone, now, and I guess I should say this as well too. As for the music that is playing within the cave portion of Reversal Mountain, yeah, I gotta say, just like with Strange House, this music, yeah, it definitely fits it. Now, it definitely fits this cave really, really, really well. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now, and just like with Bianca said, as you are traveling with her, now, as soon as you are done with a battle, she will of course immediately fully like heal up your Pokemon. Yeah. And speaking of like a Pokemon, now as for the Pokemon that Bianca is gonna be traveling with, now as you can already see, the Pokemon that she starts off with is indeed I would say the more weaker version of the Pokemon that she lost, that got stolen by Team Plasma before. Yeah, that of course being Musharna. And the moves that this Musharna will have is Psychic, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, and Hypnosis. And it will also have the ability Forewarn. And she also has two other Pokemon with her like as well. And her second Pokemon is a Mienfoo, who will have the inner focus, and it will have the moves Drain Punch, Fake Out, U-Turn, and Acrobatics. And her third Pokemon is a Stoutland. And it'll have the moves it'll have the ability Intimidate. It'll have the moves Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, Fire Fang, and the move that she really loved utilizing on her Pokemon, Return. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, with that said, I'm thinking that is all I really have to say in terms of everything that you have to know, in terms of Reversal Mountain, and also the Strange House. Well, although I should say Reversal Mountain for the time being. Is because obviously we are gonna be coming back here later. Yeah, there is definitely no question. Yeah, there is definitely no question about that. Yeah. Oh wait a minute. Now, I believe, since Growlithe is now at level 39, I think this is where he's going to be learning the move, where I think he's going to be learning the move that I definitely want him to learn. Yep, there it is, Crunch. Now, I know my Kakarot already has Crunch, but it's just that I haven't really been utilizing Reversal that much. So I definitely need my Growlithe to have a move that I am most likely am gonna be using more of. Yeah, and Crunch was definitely the last best move that I was gonna be teaching in. Yeah, but anyways, now that I finally have my Growlithe, finally learn a move on its very last level up, which of course means one thing. Yeah, I'm finally gonna get rid of that to Eviolite off of Growlithe. It's because I am finally gonna be evolving Growlithe. Yep, it has taken this long for me to finally evolve it, but here we go. It's finally time, bitches. And there it is, Arcanine! Now, and considering that I believe I did not encounter Arcanine during the prequel playthrough. Now, I believe this is indeed the first time that we've actually encountered Arcanine within the entirety of Gen 5. So I guess it is time for me to once again go over like a Arcanine sprite. Now as you saw, Arcanine definitely does get a brand new sprite. It's just that when it comes to his animation though, yeah, let's just say Arcanine has a very quick animation. Meaning that it really does not have an ending animation, just like a Growlithe, and mostly like Pokemon have. But so yeah. With the animation that you saw from like Arcanine just then. Yeah, that is essentially all, that is essentially all that you are gonna see from, Arcanine. Yeah, which is honestly a darn shame. Yeah. Anyways, everyone, now that our Growlithe has finally friggin' evolved, now it is just a matter of time until a Kakarot evolves, then we'll be all set for the rest of the game. But as anyone, we shall continue on for the next one. And so to then, I'll see you guys next time.